The price of power. Why we build $30 million cars. Once upon a time, a car was freedom, a way to leave home, to escape, to arrive. But at the summit of wealth, freedom shifts. It's no longer about moving through the world. It's about making the world move around you. Enter the Rolls-Royce La Rose Noire Droptail. $30 million of sculpted ego. Its story begins not in an assembly line, but in a boardroom where designers whisper words like timeless and eternal. The black sycamore parquetry inside, 1,603 pieces, cut and polished by hand. The paint? A molecular experiment, engineered to shift from black to crimson depending on how light touches it. Like a living thing. You don't drive this car, you curate it, like a billionaire botanist collecting the rarest flower on Earth. Because in this world, the question isn't, how fast can it go? The question is, how much can it say about me without saying a word? The Theater of Excess. Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. If the drop tail is a rose, the boat tail is a symphony. $28 million, 3 clients, each car designed like a bespoke yacht for land. At the press of a button, the rear deck unfurls like a magician's trick. A butterfly hatch reveals chilled champagne, silverware engraved with your initials, and a parasol that blooms with mechanical precision. It's absurd, but that's the point. Because at this level of wealth, absurdity becomes luxury. A boat tail doesn't just transport you to the coastline. It transforms the coastline into your private stage, where everyone else is just an unpaid extra. Myth meets machine. Bugatti La Voiture. Noir. There's rare, and then there's myth. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire, $18.7 million, resurrects a ghost. The legendary Type 57 SC Atlantic, lost during World War II, whispered about like treasure at the bottom of the ocean. This car doesn't just exist. It corrects history. Cloaked in exposed carbon fiber, its quad-turbo W16 hums like a mechanical dragon. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. A top speed of 260 miles per hour. But here's the twist. The owner will almost never drive it. Because for cars like this, the engine isn't the heart. The story is. Stripped to the bone. Pagani Zonda. HP Barchetta. Most hypercars brag about technology. The Zonda HP Barchetta, $17.6 million, brags about taking it away. No roof, no sound insulation, just wind clawing at your face as a naturally aspirated V12 screams behind your head. Driving one of 3 Barchettas is like stepping into a gladiator arena. It's not a car, it's a duel. And every time you start the engine, you're reminded. Luxury isn't always about comfort. Sometimes it's about surviving beauty. The future as a toy. SP Automotive Chaos. The SP Automotive Chaos looks like something you'd expect to see levitating above a sci-fi city. At $14.4 million, it produces 3,000 horsepower through aerospace. Grade 3D printing and carbon composites designed for space travel. Its creator calls it zero gravity, but that's a lie. This car doesn't defy gravity. It weaponizes it, slamming you into your seat like a jet pilot riding a controlled explosion. It's not about where you're going, it's about proving that physics itself can be bent for a price. Bespoke dreams. Rolls-Royce Sweptail. Imagine walking into a design studio with a sketch on a napkin and saying, "Make this real." The Sweptail at $13 million exists because someone did exactly that. Its roof is a single piece of curved glass, arching over handcrafted leather that smells faintly of yacht decks after rain. Its rear tapers into a teardrop, like a vision caught mid-sigh. Cars like this prove something quietly terrifying. When money is infinite, imagination becomes law. The romanticized throwback, Bugatti Centodieci. Some cars look forward. The Centodieci, $9 million, looks back. It's Bugatti's love letter to the EB110, the car that nearly bankrupted the brand but birthed its legend. With 1,600 horsepower and 10 units only, it's nostalgia weaponized. Because billionaires don't just buy memories, they rewrite them in carbon fiber. Art Deco on wheels. Maybach Excelero. The Maybach Excelero is a paradox. Built as a tire testbed, it accidentally became a cultural icon, starring in music videos and billionaire garages alike. At $8 million, it's a 6,000-pound sculpture of black glass and chrome. A car that feels like it should come with its own noir soundtrack. Its twin-turbo V12 pushes it past 218 miles per hour, but speed isn't its flex. Its flex is this: even accidents can become masterpieces if they're expensive enough. The long-tail poem, Pagani Huayra Codalunga. Pagani calls it Codalunga, long tail in Italian. At $7 million, it's a poem about air. 5 cars only, each shaped like the 1960s racers that turned danger into art. Stand behind it at full throttle, and the exhaust note isn't just sound. It's sculpted violence. Because in Pagani's world, cars aren't made to beat time. They're made to romanticize it. The one Bugatti they didn't plan to build. Chiron Profile. Sometimes, the most valuable things are mistakes. The Chiron Profile was never meant for production. Bugatti built one prototype, then canceled the project. Collectors found out, and suddenly, this accident became a $10.8 million trophy. It's lighter, sharper, meaner than a standard Chiron. But what really drives its value isn't engineering, it's myth-making in real time. The psychology of a price tag. So why do these cars exist? Not for transportation, not for necessity. They exist for the same reason people build skyscrapers in deserts and buy islands they never visit. Because ownership is the ultimate performance. At this level, a car isn't about horsepower, it's about gravity, the ability to bend the world toward you. The future of extreme luxury. Will the next generation of hypercars go faster? Probably. Will they become cleaner, smarter, maybe even autonomous? Possibly, but speed has never been the point. Scarcity has. And as technology makes everything cheaper, faster, and more accessible, cars like these will push in the opposite direction. Fewer, stranger, pricier. Because in the end, the most expensive cars in the world aren't selling transportation. They're selling a fantasy that some things, some dreams, will always be out of reach for almost everyone.